for tonight's CCAA men's basketball matchup between the visiting St. Thomas Tommies and your Mount Allison Mounties. At this time, we ask you all, please rise if you are able to remove your headwear, turn and face the Canadian flag for the play of our national anthem. Introducing the starting lineup for the visiting St. Thomas Tommies. Number 3 is Vincent Littleton. Number 5, Ethan Tumwine. Number 8, River Lawns. Number 9, Evan Valley. And in his last game here in the McCormick Gymnasium, former Mount Allison Mounties MVP, Noah McCarthy. Now here's the starting lineup for your Mount Allison Mounties. Number 6, Jonas Monroe. Number 7, Brennan David. Number 13, Sebastian Hector. Number 14, Ryan and number 24, Rashawn Ferguson. And goes for your Mount Allison Mounties, it's Mitchell Weber.
You better not trip when I was in last minute. When I saw when I hit that top and they better not switch. I got some shooters that's happy with triggers, so they said don't move, then you better not twitch. I said he said I ain't count up your figures. If you do it too, I might make you my own.
Hello, fans, and welcome. Hello, fans, and welcome to McCormick Gym at Mount Allison University for this ACAA men's basketball game featuring the visiting St. Thomas Tommies and the Mount Allison University Mounties as hosts. Tommies are in their traveling whites, the Mounties in their home garnets. The game is underway. Tommies will travel from the right to the left of the screen devices where you're watching this one, and the Mounties vice versa. And from the get-go, number 14, Ryan Norris, takes the foul on the block. McCarthy goes to the line. No, won't drop for the former Mountie. Transferred in for graduate studies to St. Thomas. And certainly a well-known in the ACAA. And might just acknowledge that in the first semester, McCarthy reached a pretty incredible milestone as he scored his 1,000th point in ACAA action. All right, let's go Mounties. That is from Jamie Rowan. Great win for the Mounties women's team. Excellent, Jamie. Thanks for dropping in, and thanks for sharing this one with us. Here come the Mounties targeting into the zone. That's number 13. Here's number 7 for Mount A. Deverex 13 has it around the perimeter. Tector, no, short on the effort from number 6, Monroe. Mounties will inbound the ball. That'll be Tector. Tector looking. Tector finds an outlet in Rashawn Ferguson. Ferguson with it. 3 on the shot clock. Jump ball as number 8, River Lance, made at a challenge. Here's McCarthy. Yeah, 1,000 points in the ACAA league play for McCarthy. Ball to the Mounties. Ball will be inbound by Monroe. And here comes Tector. Tector guarded closely by Littleton. Tector wants a way in. Littleton on him like a shirt. Monroe, long one. Monroe, no, off the iron. Tector with the long distance rebound, drives the paint up. Tector doing everything but the dishes, trying to get the ball to go. He's fouled on the way in, but Tector will go to the line. 25% free throw shooter. That'll get better. He'll make that one better. Mounties take the first point. They lead it by 1. We're just minute 20 into this one. McCarthy stepped out. Mountie ball. As he was in his Mount A days, McCarthy the spark plug for his squad. Tector to inbound the ball. Tector to Monroe. Monroe to back to Tector. Tector looking. Tector forward. Tightly guarded. Long one is short. Ferguson with the rebound in traffic. Ball still with the Mounties. Tector driving the paint. Tector up. Tector no. Tector rebound. Here's a long shot. No, won't go for number 7, Deverex. And back comes McCarthy at speed. McCarthy in under. Here's a long one. Is it good? No. Ferguson, rebound. Rebound gets the pass over to Deverex. Deverex takes it across the line into Tommy territory. The give to Tector. Tector looking. 15 on the clock and counting. Travel on Tector. Ball possession to the Tommies. That's Littleton will inbound it. McCarthy with it now. McCarthy quarterbacking over the big A into Mountie territory. McCarthy goes left side. Looking for a way in. Finds the number 8. That is Valan. We'll talk about Valan's got some impressive numbers, as does McCarthy. We'll talk about that in a moment. Short, but Monroe picks up the rebound. Monroe to Tector. Tector with it. Here is the number 14. That is Norris. Norris with the long bomb from downtown. We got a timeout taken by the Tommies. Let's look at some interesting numbers. First of all, the Mounties, the Tommies are in 4th place in the standings. The Mounties in 7. Really, it is a Mounties a game for experience, a game to be the spoiler. They won't be going anywhere playoff-wise. The Tommies, however, are currently in 4th. They're somewhat distant from the top 2 clubs, but are in tight in a battle for 4th place. They're currently in 4th, but in points they're tied with Crandall Chargers, so they have reasons to benefit from a win here over the Mounties. Mounties in what might be called a rebuilding year, and they have struggled with a 1-14 record. Tommy's come into this one at 7-8. They've won their last 3 matches, however. And here we go. Ball will be inbounded by the Tommies. That is Vincent Littleton. Littleton to McCarthy. McCarthy quarterbacking. We played just under 3 minutes in this first quarter. Mounties up by 4. McCarthy in. This is Evan Valan. McCarthy up. McCarthy no. Ball will be inbounded by Brendan Deverex. Deverex with it. Deverex to number 14. That is Norris. Deverex to Watson. Watson, Norris. Norris up. Norris down for the deuce. Mounties stretch the lead to 6-0. McCarthy looking. McCarthy driving. McCarthy. Tight defensive curtain at the moment. Here is Littleton. Littleton to Tumwine. Tumwine up. No, won't go. McCarthy in. McCarthy in traffic. Ball out. Ball will stay with the Tommies. Scholten coming in and Duel coming in for the Tommies. 8 takes a seat. That is Lane. And Tumwine takes a seat. McCarthy back. That is Valan. Valan's got some quality numbers. We'll talk about that in a moment. Shot over Bowen and Monroe with the rebound. Valan with it. Valan back. Here is 15. This is Duel. Check that. Scholten. McCarthy. McCarthy up for 2 on a bit of a Statue of Liberty. He breaks the ice for the Tommies. As number 14 comes back the other way, that's Norris. Foul on Scholten, his first, team second. And Tector will inbound for the Mounties at least. Here's Ferguson now. Ferguson looking. Ferguson finds number 6, Monroe. Monroe, Ferguson looking, Ferguson up, Ferguson no, gets his own rebound. He's covered by a quad of Tommies. McCarthy breaks free, McCarthy in, McCarthy dump pass, number 4 short. Rebound to Ferguson, Ferguson back down the court, slows the pace, gets it to Tector, Tector going in, Tector going up, Tector drops the deuce. 8-2 for the Mounties. Mounties showing some authority in the very early going here. The Tommies are a quality club. Here comes number 4. That is Duel. Duel in under. That's Scholten. Number 9 is there. Valan. Valan to Duel. Travel is the call on Littleton. Substitutions are coming in for the Mounties. That's Augustin and number 15, Powder. Augustin gets it to Tector. Tector in to Tommy territory. Looking in under. Tector there. Tector up. And Powder down for the deuce. 10-2. The spread is 8 for the Mounties. With it now is Scholten coming back. Scholten to Valan. Valan back to Scholten. Scholten driving in under and loses it. Rolls away. Ball will go to the Tommies. Valan will inbound it. Here is Littleton. Littleton driving, loses it. Bodies fly. Somehow, some way, through all of that, the Tommies come up with possession, and it'll be Zach Duel. Littleton long, no, drops. Back come the Mounties. Here is Ryan Norris. Norris to Augustin. Augustin, and here is Tector. Tector up, no, blocked. Back they come. This is Littleton. Speed. Tops it, drops it. And what an effort there as he went coast to coast in the preliminaries. 10-4 the score for the Mounties. Littleton with the break. Littleton coming down. Littleton up. Littleton down. Timeout taken by the Mounties. 10-6. Mounties out of the gate quickly in this one. And let's just look at the power that is the Tommies right now. Noah McCarthy. Noah is number 1 in the league in points per game at 22.0. He also has the number 5 3-point percentage at 38.2. Player look for as well as number 9. We've talked about Villan already, Evan Villan. Number 1 in rebounds per game at 10.5. Number 4 in field goal percentage at 49.2. And number 10 in points per game at 15.5. As we mentioned in games between these two clubs, Mount A had a relatively close one in November. They visited St. Thomas. They lost, but it was a tight one at 89-83. In 7th of February, just a week ago, or last Friday indeed, just days ago, Mount Allison was handily beaten by the St. Thomas here in their home gym. The score then 73-52. But the Mounties lead at 10-6. With 3:41 to play in the first quarter. Mountie ball. All right, inbounding the ball is Simon Tector. Simon Tector with it. And that is Norris. Norris looking, Norris driving. Norris loses the handle, picked off by McCarthy. Up and down for 2. Bucket is good, and he'll add some sauce from the FT stripe. That is Zach Duell. 78.9 from the charity stripe. 78.9. Tommies have closed to within 2. Tector comes out as James Monroe goes in for Mount A. Here is Duell from the line. Yep. 1 point the gap now as the ball will be inbounded by Norris. Augustin reconnects with the ball, and again in traffic. McCarthy. Littleton up. There's a curtain of red descends. Simon Tector gets the foul, his first, team third. Ferguson in. Sebastian Tector in as number 15 comes out. That is Powder. And number 5, Augustin, comes out. Drops the first shot, does Mr. Littleton, tying the game. This one for the lead, and they got it. 11-10 now, Tommies. Ferguson can't connect with his player. Littleton will inbound from just in front of the Tommy bench. He finds a number 15, that is Schulten. Here is Villan. Villan up, Villan down for the deuce. Here comes the Mountie. Here come the Mounties at least. And here's Monroe. Monroe in, Monroe up, Monroe no. It will be Tommy ball. McCarthy will inbound. Quarterback, spark plug, you name it. McCarthy is there for the Tommies. Littleton coming down now. Littleton on the move. 2:38 to play. And that's interrupted by Tector Sebastian by name. Tector in tight, controlled heavily there, gets it to Monroe. Monroe up, Monroe down. Mounties close the gap to 1. Tector out and Augustin back in. Ball will be inbounded by Littleton for the Tommies. Littleton finds Schulten. Schulten looking. Schulten driving. Schulten in under. Schulten up and Schulten down for 2. Mounties trail now by 3. The margin stretching as the Tommies flex their offense. Littleton back the other way. Littleton runs into a wall. McCarthy is there. McCarthy with it. McCarthy looking. McCarthy to Littleton. Littleton up. Littleton down. It's a tray. Wow, and as quick as that, 6 points the gap now as Tector comes back. Tector finds Monroe. Monroe to Ferguson. Ferguson there. Ferguson up. Ferguson down. Off the plexi as he was triple covered. Quality play from a number 24. McCarthy with it, guarded by Augustin. McCarthy finds Schulten. Schulten to that is Littleton. Littleton, yes, it's a tray. 21-14, 7 the spread, 1:14 to go in the first quarter. Been a quick one. Bodies fly, it'll go back. Schulten gets his second foul for the Tommies, team third. Cam Evans inbound for the Tommies. Number 5 is out back in. Tumwine for STU. There's Monroe. Monroe and up and down it goes for the tray. Deverex drops a triple. Inside a minute now, 52 seconds and counting. Here's Tumwine. Tumwine to number 9, Valan. That's broken up. Number 4 comes back. No, rebound. Yes, Mounties, double time. And that is Augustin with a spin move. Here's Monroe. Monroe up, Monroe down. Très bien as he drops the 3. 1 point the gap now as the Mounties squeeze the margin. They trail by 1. Littleton with 19, 12 on the clock. Here is Duel to Littleton. Littleton fires. Littleton the tray. 24-20 now. Back and here is Norris. 4 seconds. 2, 1. Norris, no, short, drops short. First quarter, a very interesting frame. Tommy's 24, Mounties 20, a close one indeed, and some quality play there. Let's just give you a look ahead at what's happening championship-wise. The ACAAs will be at UNBSJ. That's the 28th of February until the 2nd of March. The CCAA Men's Nationals will be at Vanier College. That's in Montreal from the 11th to the 15th of March. So Men's Nationals at Vanier in Montreal. As we mentioned during the women's game, Women's Nationals will be the same weekend at St. Thomas University in Fredericton. Looking at the top 15 in the CCAA this week. Humber College of Toronto is number 1 this week. Interestingly enough, at 16-0 coming into this weekend, the Mount St. Vincent University Mystics are number 2 nationally. So a great representation from the ACAA in that regard. And interestingly, UNBSJ Sea Wolves are ranked number 13 this week, and bit of a head scratcher as they sit in third place with Holland College between them, UNBSJ, and Mount St. Vincent. So I don't have the math skills to figure that one out. But looking at the first period, Littleton has got 15 points out of the 24 for St. Thomas. So a dominant part of their offense, it must be said. Deverex and Monroe are the leading Mountie scorers. They have 5 each. Very interesting the spread in regard to field goal percentages, virtually equal, and very, very interesting there. All right, St. Thomas better in the free throw percentage, not as good in the 3-point percentage, and Tommy's better in field goal percentage across that first quarter. We are back with live action here. Mounties short on the long distance toss. Augustin tries and fails. It goes off the rim a little bit short. He'll have to recalculate as the GPS goes. 9:36 to play. Number 8, that is River Lance. Ferguson takes the foul. It's the hold. His first, team first. Ball will be inbounded by a number 4. That is Duel of the Tommies. Pass intercepted or caught by Evans, and Ferguson has it. It'll go to the Tommies. Great effort there from Ferguson. Duel will inbound the ball for the Tommies as they just get things sorted out. Here is McCarthy. McCarthy looking. McCarthy into Mountie territory. Long one is good. It's a tray off the River Lance. 7 the gap now, 27-20. Well, this is the number 14, Norris. Norris stripped of the ball. Tumwine goes back. Tumwine no, and no, they can't. McCarthy will try from a little farther out. He can't either, and back comes Norris. Norris with it. Norris looking. He has some teammates have caught up with him. Here is Augustin to Deverex. Deverex in under to Ferguson. Ferguson looking. Ferguson driving. Ferguson up. Ferguson in off the glass for 2. Cut the margin to 5. McCarthy bringing it back at speed for the Tommy. McCarthy off of Augustin, called on the push. DeVries, number 22 in the game, and also Valan is back. Here they come. Tommy's driving. Tumwine up, no, and Augustin has it. Augustin down the right side into territory. Monroe will go up. Monroe can't drop it. And the rebound taken by Lance. Monroe. Eight White called on the block. His second, team first. Ball will be inbounded by the Mounties. Augustin has been chosen to inbound the ball. 27-22 with 8:10 left in the second quarter. I'm Steve Ridlington. Welcome to ACAA, the TV powered by Sports Canada TV. Jackson Reed is our camera guy this afternoon. 8:05 and counting. Here is McCarthy. McCarthy. That's Valan. Valan with it. Valan, no, broken up. Out with it comes Ferguson. Ferguson turns on the turbos. Five called on the hold. That's Tumwine. That's his first, team second.
That's his first. Team third.
Augustin covered, tight defensive coverage. Here is Norris. Norris with it. We're into single digits on the shot clock. Quick pass. Ferguson can't catch up. Mounty's ball. Augustin will inbound the ball. There's only 6 seconds on the clock. Have to do something quickly, will the Mountie. Ferguson up. Ferguson with it. Ferguson. All right, Mounties have retained possession. Augustin we have an instant replay on the toss in. Mounties setting. Here they come. Ready or not. Ball to Norris. Norris, no, won't go. Augustin somehow, some way came up with the ball. Norris back. Ferguson has it. Ferguson looking. Here's Deverex. Deverex, and no, won't go. Rebound of McCarthy. 7:14 and counting to go in the second. Tommy's up by 5, 27-22. This is Lance. Lance to McCarthy. McCarthy looking. McCarthy fires short. Ball comes down. Tumwine with the rebound. Here's the break. Augustin up. Augustin coast to coast. Drops the deuce. Mounties trail by 3. McCarthy is there. McCarthy rushing the paint. McCarthy looking. McCarthy, no. McCarthy driving. McCarthy up. McCarthy, yes. It's a deuce. 29-24, reestablishing at 5. Norris, no, can't go. McCarthy with the rebound. McCarthy at speed. McCarthy, speedster, up, down. He's fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. 5, Augustin called on the block. His second, team third. McCarthy, 73.5. His FT percentage. This one doesn't go. 6:16 left on the big clock as we pause for this action from the charity stripe. Drops the second. Tommy's up by 6, 30-24. Tector.
That's his first. Team fourth.
Littleton called for the block. His first, team third. Tector gets it to number 15, Powter. Back to Tector. Tector to Monroe. Monroe driving. Monroe looking. Monroe up. Monroe no. And that is Valan. Valan. And here's McCarthy. McCarthy up. McCarthy no. Follow through by Valan. Got some help getting the deuce. Tector is there. Monroe loses the ball. Valan back the other way. Here is Littleton. Littleton driving. Littleton up. Ball out off of Augustin, and it'll be a Tommy ball. Number 3, Littleton going to inbound it. Finds Valan. Valan in under, and a great deuce there by Schulten. 34-24, 10 the spread now, back to double digits. Monroe with it. Schultz, that is Powder, and ends up with McCarthy. McCarthy coast to coast. Schulten, yeah, it's a tray. 37-24, we've got a timeout. A timeout here at McCormick Gym. We're going to check and see if we can get you some updates relative. See if we can get you some updates on games being played elsewhere. Please stand by for the briefest of moments. Just waiting for the update. It should be along momentarily. Both squads have words for their team. Okay, there's 30 seconds left in the first quarter at King's College. The Blue Devils are up by 1. They lead the Hurricanes of Holland College 26-25, so a close one there. There are 2 minutes and 16 seconds left in the second quarter at UNBSJ St. John. And a very interesting one there as the undefeated Mount St. Vincent University Mystics have a slim, it might be said, 3-point lead, 42-39 over the Seawolves. 37-24, 13 points to lead here for the Tommies over the Maude Mounties. We'll keep you updated on those other scores as this one progresses. Tector looking, Tector. All right. Maude bench called for a language warning. All right. Perhaps some use of early Anglo-Saxon expletives. Augustin. No. Rebound. Monroe. No. Monroe somehow, some way. 2 rebounds. He was in a nest of 4 Tommies. Great effort there. Mounties are trying their level best. They trail by 13 here. Augustin long one. Augustin drains the tray. Gap now 10. Littleton coming down the right side. Littleton. Valan, no, won't go. And Augustin has the ball for the Mounties. Turning on the Jets, twist, turns. Finds Deverex. No. Rebound to Powder. Augustin, yeah. See one, play one. We just did a Augustin replay. Down to 7 now. McCarthy. He'll add one. Bucket is good. 15 Powder is called on the push. His first. Bonus is in effect now for the Tommies. McCarthy at the line. McCarthy up. McCarthy no. And Augustin has it. Augustin leading the way. Unique Aqua sneaks. Augustin fouled on the way in. Number 10 with the chop. Valan called on the foul, team 4th. Augustin will go to the line. 82.8 his percentage from the FT stripe coming into this one. Not going to go down if he plays them that way. 3:48 left. Drops them both. Margin at 7. McCarthy to Littleton. Back to McCarthy. McCarthy got 15 and counting on the clock. McCarthy in traffic. McCarthy finds Schulten. Schulten up. No. Off the rim. Deverex with the rebound. Looking. Finds Tector on the far side. Tector with it. Decides to keep. Monroe to Augustin. Here's Monroe. Tector once again. Tector. Monroe driving. Monroe up. Monroe. He'll go to the line for 2. Fouls on 15 with the block. Scholten. Substitution. Ferguson in. Norris in. Powder out. Monroe to the line. 72.2 coming in. Both teams in bonus, by the way. Monroe drops them both. McCarthy coming down the left side. Here is Littleton. Valan was the intended receiver. The pass incomplete. If we borrow from that other ball, a rather important day for the oblate spheroid, as we say. That's a football, by the way. All right, here we go. Tector looking. Tector driving. Tector. Can't get past Tumline. Here is Deverex. Down for 2. Margin is 3. All right, referee is just double checking with the minor officials bench. Here is McCarthy. McCarthy driving, McCarthy looking. Tumwine with it, Tumwine. 13 on the shot clock, in under, that is Valan. McCarthy, no. Ferguson, Tector with it. Tector driving, Tector up, Tector no. There is McCarthy, the on-court attorney, pleading his case to no avail. Augustin driving, Augustin. Deverex, no. Rebound, Ferguson, yes. Jump ball, and it is a Tommy ball. Duel comes off as Lance comes in. Here is McCarthy. McCarthy with it. McCarthy to Littleton. Littleton keeps. Littleton to McCarthy. McCarthy back to Littleton. Littleton in traffic. In under. Picked up there by Norris. Norris to Ferguson. Ferguson to Monroe. Monroe looking. Monroe up. Monroe down. Draw within 1. Timeout taken by John Hickey, the head coach of the Tommies. We have got a barn burner building here. 39-38. 39-38. All right, ladies and gentlemen, updates for you. With 7:49 to play in the second, 35-31, Holland over UKC at the Blue Devils. And at the start of the third quarter, St. Thomas or the UNBSJ Seawolves have a 1-point lead on the undefeated Mount St. Vincent University Mystics. So quality games there, as we have here. Some exciting basketball happening this afternoon. One to watch, however, UNBSJ, ranked number 3 in the standings coming into this one, has a slim 1-point lead over the undefeated MSVU Mystics. One to watch indeed. 1:30. Here come the Tommies. Littleton. Broken up by Ferguson. Ferguson there. Ferguson hangs a dunk. Hangs a dunk to the joy of the crowd and gives his team the lead. They're up by 1. And Ferguson heading down. McCarthy is there. Parable. And John Hickey is incensed. All right, Tommies will inbound the ball. Here is McCarthy. Never known to be one to stir it, said the commentator with tongue firmly in cheek. 48 seconds. We're under a minute to go here. McCarthy. And can't connect with Tumwine. Possession to the Mounties. Deverex inbounding the ball. 41 seconds remaining in the half. Mounties up by 1. Here is Augustin. Augustin to Ferguson. Mounties stretch the lead. They're up by 3 now. McCarthy. McCarthy with it. McCarthy looking. McCarthy, no. McCarthy. Littleton. Littleton up. No. Go to the line. Augustin. McCarthy is, Augustin catches the foul. Littleton goes to the line. Powder is in, and number 8, Simon Tector in for the Mounties. Ferguson Littleton to the line at least. 72.1% from the FT stripe coming in. We haven't mixed in his shots here, but all right. Split is 1. Littleton. He ties it. 42-42 with 16.5. Deverex to inbound the ball. He's covered there by Duel. Simon Tector with it. Simon Tector. Monroe. Monroe looking. Monroe still with it. Monroe, no. Rebound comes down. Hits the rim, but no. It is 42. And the Mounties win that quarter 22-18. So 42-42, a dynamite back and forth struggle here. A good one to watch indeed. And just a last update before we let you go. At the half, it is 42-42. It's at the half in St. John with the Seawolves up by 1, 43-42 on the Mystics. And there's 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter in Halifax. Holland Hurricanes 38, UKC Blue Devils 33. I'm Steve Bridlington, handling the play-by-play today. Jackson Reed is our camera guy. Thanks for being with us. We'll be back in about 13 minutes with play-by-play of the second half. So long for now. And hello again. We are back with you at McCormick Gym at Mount Allison University in Sackville, New Brunswick. I'm Steve Ridlington along with Jackson Reed, our cameraman. We are the Mounties TV crew as the game is underway once again. And quickly, and there is intense action. Mounties will run from the right to the left as they did in the third quarter. Valan to McCarthy. McCarthy down the left side. 42-42, yes, nodded at that score after 3 quarters of play. A much more entertaining game than the Mounties and the Tommies had for us, a one-sided affair on Friday evening, but the Mounties have roared back with quality play thus far. And Ferguson, ball will go the way of the Mounties. Tector takes it down the court. He's guarded by Littleton. We'll talk about some halftime scoring by the leading scorers on each squad after 3 quarters of play. McCarthy, Ferguson now. Ferguson looking. Ferguson up. Ferguson down for the deuce. Mounties up by 2. McCarthy slowing the pace, bringing his charges, setting the plays, quarterbacking for the men in white. Ferguson has it, no, intercepted there by Littleton and picked as clean as that by Monroe. Tector with it. Tector evading the double coverage. Norris, no. Rebound drops to Littleton. It'll be a Tommy ball. This will be Lance. Lance will inbound it. 8:22 in the third. Just starting our second frame here, our second half at least. Littleton, a very entertaining ball game thus far. Crowd is lighter than it has been, but they know not what they miss. McCarthy loses the handle. McCarthy wildly throws it. Dead ball foul as it hits the apparatus holding the net in place. Ball will be inbound by Deverex. Deverex to Tector. That is Sebastian Tector. Tector in front. Norris. Norris up. Norris no. And down comes McCarthy. McCarthy at speed. McCarthy loses the handle. Deverex to Monroe. Monroe crosses the line. Monroe. And here is Deverex. Deverex up. Deverex no. Won't go. Ferguson gets it back to Norris. 13 on the clock. There is time. McCarthy there. McCarthy pressing all the buttons. Foul is on McCarthy. His first, team first. Monroe to the line. $72.2. Drops one. Here's Monroe. Gets to both. Mounties up by 4 now. They stretch the slimmest margins just a wee bit. Lance with it. Lance looking. Lance Monroe. McCarthy is there. McCarthy looking for a way in. McCarthy finds Littleton. Littleton no. Short off the rim. Here's Deverex. Deverex back to Norris. Norris with it. Norris looking. Norris. Norris has a chance. Norris no. And back with it comes Littleton. My mistake. Littleton indeed. Red 13. Tector, his second, team first. Tumwine and Lance take a seat. Here's McCarthy. This is Scholten. No. Basket's no good as he stepped over the line. Augustin comes in. Tector comes out. Mounties have a 4-point lead if you're just joining us. Yes, you heard me correctly. 4-point lead for Mount A over the Tommies. It is the 7th place team leads the 4th place team. Still a lot of B-ball to play, but a quality, entertaining match for those in attendance, and we hope for those of you at home. Augustin with it. Augustus looking. Augustus driving. Augustin around the bend. Monroe is there. 6 seconds. In under. Ferguson up. Ferguson down for 2. Margin stretches to 6. Quality cover. Quality cover. Littleton trying to find. He finds Valan. Valan to Scholten. Scholten looking. Scholten to Littleton. Littleton driving. Littleton spins. Littleton turns. No, won't go. Comes down to Deverex. Deverex tried to get it to Monroe. Too much sauce on it, and it bounces out of bounds. And it'll be inbounded by the Tommies. McCarthy has it. McCarthy crosses slowly into Mountie territory. Duel to McCarthy. McCarthy to Littleton. Littleton guarded by Monroe. Littleton steps back. No, won't drop. Comes down to Ferguson. Ferguson to Norris. Monroe. Yeah, it's a tray. 51-42. John Hickey says, men, we need a talk. Timeout to the Tommies. Let's talk about the stats in the first half. Leading the way for the Tommies, Vincent Littleton has 18 points. And Noah McCarthy and Caleb Scholten each have 7. 4 players carry the offensive load for the Mounties. Caden Augustin has 10. Jonas Monroe, 9. Rashawn Ferguson, 8. Brennan Deverex, 7. So Mounties have spread the scoring across the roster. Let's look at some of the more interesting categories. In the first half, field goal percentage for the Tommies was 44-37 for the Mounties. 3-point percentage for the Tommies was 38-5, for the Mounties 27-8. Free throw percentage for the Tommies 63-6. And the Mounties responded with 83.3. So kind of a mixed bag there, but even Steven for the most part, as we are having an entertaining ball game. McCarthy with it. McCarthy driving. McCarthy pressures. This is Valan. Scholten now. Scholten looking. Scholten loses the handle. Deverex has it. Deverex to Norris. Norris down the left side. Norris to Augustin. Augustin with it. Augustin looking. Augustin. 13 on the clock. Augustin up. Augustin, no, won't go. Ferguson is there. Ferguson can't do it. Rebound to Littleton. McCarthy. McCarthy to Scholten, won't drop. Augustin back the other way. Here's Monroe. Whoa, a foul. 11 White with the hold.
That's his second. Team second.
All right. Getting some clarification from the ref. Augustine inbounds the ball. Monroe drops the deuce. Wow, Mounties up by 11. Certainly their biggest margin of late, I suspect. Littleton to Valan. Valan with it. Valan to McCarthy. McCarthy up. McCarthy, yeah. It's a long distance tray. Margin at 8 now. Augustine with it. Augustine, 13. Here's Norris. Norris driving. Norris up. Norris no. Ferguson takes one for the team. We've got a block. Norris will go to the line for 2. That's Littleton's second, team's third. Norris came into this one with an 80% FT stripe success rate. Quality effort there. 10 points to spread. Ferguson in and Powter onto the court. Ferguson taking a breather. Long one won't drop for McCarthy. Valan, that's broken up. And ahead to Deverex. Duel to Schulten. Schulten down the left side. Schulten into the paint. Schulten up. Blocked by Powder. McCarthy, 11 seconds. Single digits on the shot clock. Schulten. McCarthy shot. McCarthy, the tray. Augustine. Margin is 7. Augustine. Norris up. Norris no. Powder had a handle on it. McCarthy got the pirouette. Here is Schulten. Schulten driving. Schulten. McCarthy short on that one. Rebound to Augustine. Augustine looking. Augustine pivots, turns, spirals around. Down they come, and Augustine takes the fall, takes the hit into traffic. Out with it comes Duel. Duel down. Duel waits. McCarthy up. McCarthy no. Rebound. It is a Maude ball, say the officials. 2:19 left in the third. 55-48 Mounties. 55-48 Mounties. Wow. Pinpoint passing right now. Deverex, no. Rebound. And Deverex takes the hit. He'll go to the line. Let's check the call. All right. Valan, his second, team fourth. Deverex, no. Won't drop. 55-48. Mounties have tasted victory only once. We're not saying anything there, just stating a fact from the standings. McCarthy in under. Schulten, yeah, it's a tray. The lead is down. Ball goes out off of Schulten. Substitution. Coming in is Lance. Coming out is Schulten. 55-51. Mounties in the lead. Timeout taken by St. Thomas. See if we can get some updates for you in our other games. Just be the briefest of moments here. Thanks for being with us here on ACAA TV, powered by Sports Canada TV. I'm Steve Erdlington on play-by-play. Jackson Reed is our camera guy this afternoon. All right. Go Mounties. That's Michael Norris. All right. National rankings are based on who you have played and where they are ranked. To win against a high-ranking team could move you up more than a win against a lower team. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Jamie Rowan, it did make sense. I understand. All right, loving the energy from the team. That's Niakibia Ferguson. Today's our day. Thanks, Niakibia. We appreciate that. Come on, Mounties. Keep it going. Okay, lots of support out there in the Mountie Nation. Thanks for being with us. Here is Augustin. Augustin with it. Augustin pivots, turns, finds Powder. Monroe not able to connect. It'll go to the Mounties. That's Tumwine going to inbound it with 1:49 left in the third quarter. McCarthy has it. McCarthy covered by Norris. McCarthy looking. McCarthy finds Lance. Lance, no, won't go. Lance gets the rebound. Lance gets the bucket. Gap is 2. Norris with it. 1:26 and counting on the big clock. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here is Deverex. No, won't go. Rebound taken by Valan. That is Duel. Duel to Lance. Lance to Duel. McCarthy with it. McCarthy, 12 seconds. Waits, looking. There is Tumwine to Lance. Lance short. Comes down to Augustin. Augustin down the court. Augustin into the paint, in under Powder. And no, short. Augustin to Deverex. Deverex tries, and no. Powder. It'll stay with the Mounties. Ferguson in and Tector in. Powder out and Monroe out. 39 seconds left in the quarter. 55-53. An exciting lead, it might be said, for Mount A. Norris, 11 on the shot clock, single digits now. Ferguson. Mountie ball. Augustin will inbound the sphere. .22 seconds. Lance with it. Lance up. Lance down for the deuce. We're tied. Deverex to Augustin. Augustin now. Augustin looking. Deverex piercing. Deverex looking. Travel. Ball to the Tommies. Duel will inbound. 3.4 seconds. 55-55. Long bomb. No, nowhere near. The quarter's over. 55-55. And as indicative of the play on the court, the score for that third quarter, 13-13. From 42-42 at the half to 55-55 at the end of 3. 13-13 was the score in that quarter. Let's update you in the other matches. 9:21 left in the third quarter. Holland Hurricanes 62, UKC Blue Devils 40. Interesting there. And there's 4:26 remaining in the fourth quarter at UNBSJ. And the Mount St. Vincent Mystics have reestablished a substantial 12-point lead, 73-61, potentially preserving the undefeated season that the Mystics are rolling through at the present time. But we have indeed a barn burner here. All right. Thank you so much for reaching out to the chat box, folks. We do appreciate that. And we've had a quality game here thus far. Reminding you that the men's nationals will be the 11th to the 15th of March at Vanier College. That's on the outskirts of Montreal. And the ACAAs will be at UNBSJ St. John from the 28th of February to the 2nd of March. So critical time for basketball in the Atlantic Conference as the teams vie for the most advantageous positions in terms of the playoffs. Mount St. Vincent and Holland are first and second, respectively. UNBSJ in third, Tommy's in fourth, Crandall in fifth, UKC in sixth, Mount A in seven. The Mounties are playing for respect. They have no playoff options based on their season's performance. They are playing for the first games of next year, playing also for a bit of a spoiler role. That's broken up. Foul on the play. Monroe takes the foul. And this is Lance going to the line. 80.6 FT percentage coming into this game today. Good. Tommies have a 1-point lead. Tommies have a 2-point lead. Tector. Monroe. Tector once again. Looking. Tector to Tector. Tector to Tector. Up, down for two. Tied once again. McCarthy. Deverex. Deverex up. Deverex no. Gets his own rebound. Ferguson is there. Duel takes the foul. His first, team first. Deverex to the line for Mount A. Shooting 100%, says the charts here. Yeah, okay. 2-point lead, Mounties, 59-57, 8:59 remaining. Lance comes off. Littleton back. Give to McCarthy. McCarthy finds Tumwine. Here is the shot. No, over the ring off of Duel. Man down. We have an injured Tommy on the play. All right, Trainer coming on. 8:42 remaining, 59-57. And training staff are attending to the injured player and will give you updates as they develop here. Let's tell you that it's a tight race for the 3, 4, 5, 6 spots. Don't forget, going into the playoffs quarterfinals, we'll see Team 3 face Team 6. Team 4 will face Team 5. the higher ranked survivor will, that is dual, leaving with the assistance of the trainer, and a sportsmanlike round of applause for the injured player. He is okay for viewers. He has the able assistance of the training staff. 59, 57, 842. That is Sebastian Tector going to inbound the ball. Tector will inbound it from beyond from the end zone, as it were. Here is Simon Tector. Simon Tector up. Simon Tector traveled on the call. Possession to the Tommies. This is Scholten. Scholten inbounding the ball. McCarthy to Scholten. Scholten is in Mount A territory now. Left side. Penetrates the paint. Here is McCarthy. It is a tray. He got it from about the 4 o'clock mark on the big ring. Tommies have the lead. Offensive foul is called on Tector. His third, team second. 60-59. Tommies have the thinnest of leads at 1 point. Scholten. Here comes Deverex. Deverex to Tector. Tector, no. Deverex. Tector out. Augustin in. Tommies have possession. Mounties up by one now, 61-60 with 8:06 remaining. McCarthy looking. McCarthy with it. McCarthy driving. McCarthy to Scholten. McCarthy up. No, won't go. Rebound. Deverex with it. Deverex to Monroe. Offensive foul. Interesting. Hey, refs are down there. We're up here. Got it. 7:41. McCarthy inbounds the ball. Caution to the Mount A bench. Shot, no. Monroe. Norris. Monroe. Norris looking. Norris. Here's Deverex. Deverex up. Yeah, there's the deuce. Mounties stretch the lead to 3. McCarthy. Tumwine. McCarthy. Valan. Littleton. Tumwine. No. Rebound. Deverex. Augustin. Deverex. Monroe. Shot. No good. Powder wanted a piece of it. Valan to McCarthy. McCarthy driving. McCarthy looking. McCarthy with it. McCarthy. Littleton in the paint. Littleton. McCarthy up. McCarthy. Trey. Tied. Ever the showman, McCarthy. Little spinorama for his fans there. And no, won't go. Rebound, Valan. Valan to Littleton. All tied, 63-63. Scholten. Yes. Trey. Lead. Tommy, 66-63. Augustin back the other way. Augustin for the Mounties, 17 on the shot clock. Lots of time. Deverex. Deverex to Augustin. Augustin fires. No. Rebound. Monroe. No. McCarthy with it. McCarthy down the right side. McCarthy to Scholten. Scholten, no. And Powder. Powder to Norris. Norris to Deverex. Deverex looking. Back to Norris. Round the bend to Augustin and back. Deverex, no. Short. Off the rim and out. Ferguson in. Tector in. Powder out. It's like Monroe is heading off. He'll get some attention from the training staff. Here is Scholten. Scholten to McCarthy. McCarthy up. No. Rebound. Deverex. Tector. Tector in. Techner. Tector. And let's see. Will be a Mountie ball. Yes! Norris sinks the tray. All even at 66. 4:39 and counting. McCarthy. McCarthy. No, Augustin has it. Augustin with it. Augustin slowing the pace. Focusing his team's energy. Augustin, what a recovery. What a defensive move. Deverex with it. Deverex finds Tector. Tector looking. Tector to Norris. 8 seconds. Ball up. Ball no. Rebound. Deverex for 2. And the lead. 68-66, 3:48 to go. Tector called on the block. His fourth, team's fourth. 68-66. Simon Tector takes off Sebastian Tector. No, he doesn't take him off. He just replaced Augustin. Lance slowing it down. Long one from Littleton. No, Ferguson has the rebound. Deverex guarded by Lance. Ferguson has it. Ferguson. Deverex, no. Rebound to Littleton. Here is Scholten. Scholten to Lance. Hector has it. Here is Norris. 2 points the lead for Mount A. 2 points the lead. Deverex. Back to Norris. Augustin in, Tector out. That is Simon Tector. Here is Sebastian Tector. Ferguson with it. Tector once again. Long one. Yes, it's a tray. 71-66. And Littleton responds immediately with a tray of his own. 2 points to spread, 71-69. 2:33 left, folks. Littleton called for his third, team third. 2:33, fans, just saying. Could be in for a dandy in the last 2 minutes and 33 seconds. And cautionary words to Littleton. Tector to Augustin. Augustin in under Ferguson. Ferguson hangs the dunk for 2. 4 points to lead now. Here is Schulten. Schulten to Tumline. No, won't drop for McCarthy. Augustin. And 2:06 and counting. Augustin. Augustin driving. Augustin in under. Ferguson is there. They wrestle for it. Ferguson. Jumper. Looks like it will be a Monroe in, Hector out. Mountie ball, I believe. Yes, Mountie ball. Deverex will inbound it. Here we go. Ferguson with it. Deverex short. Comes down to Schulten. Schulten takes it coast to coast into the paint. He's looking. Here is Littleton. Littleton. Snap of the head. Indicative of the foul. Ferguson takes his second. Team Tommy's now in bonus with 1:41 left. Littleton at the line. Tommy's trail by 3. Littleton drops another. Margin is 2. The lead for the Mounties is 2. Foul on McCarthy for the hold, his 4th. Team 4th. Augustin, here is slam dunk Ferguson, 4 points. Littleton back the other way. The hoop is good. Monroe gets his second, team 4th. 75-74. Littleton to the line. Wow. This is turning into, about once a season I use this line, folks, turning into the Thrilla in Sackville. 75-75. Augustin with it. Here they come. Augustin. And now come the Tommies. Valan in under. Whoa. Just saved. Gets to McCarthy. McCarthy to Schulten. Schulten with it. 12 seconds. McCarthy looking. McCarthy driving. McCarthy. This is Tumwine. No. They fight for it. McCarthy, no. Ferguson with it. Inside a minute. 43 seconds. Augustin to Monroe. 12 seconds. 10, 9. Monroe in under. Ferguson, no, broken up. And back comes Littleton. 20 seconds. McCarthy is there. McCarthy, 75. 14 seconds. 13 on the shot clock. 10 seconds. 10. There's 7 on the shot clock. McCarthy. No. Down it. Short. No. Tie ball game. Going to OT. Oh my goodness. Going to OT. Wowzer. What a game. Fans, you got your money's worth today, ladies and gentlemen. Wowzer. Hey, we've got a final at UNBSJ. The Mystics continue their undefeated season now. They are 17-0. All right, 17-0 as Mount St. Vincent knocks off UNBSJ Seawolves 85-75. There's 6:40 left in the fourth quarter at UKC, and Holland is up 29 there, 89-60. But ladies and gentlemen, we have a game for the ages right here. Anything in the mailbox, my friend Jackson? Let's just check it out. No, what a game. Yes, sir. Mrs. Ferguson, you're right. Loving it. Well, we're loving sharing it with you. Thanks so much. Thanks so much to Nikivia Ferguson. Great to have you with us and our other correspondents. Yeehaw! All right, great game, great ball. Great to be sharing it with you here on ACAA TV, powered by Sports Canada TV. I'm Steve Ridlington on play-by-play. Jackson Reed is our camera guy today. Thank you, Jackson. Here we come. Wowzer. 75-75. Ball game underway once again. We've got 5 minutes in this OT period. McCarthy to Littleton, and that is Schulten. Schulten up, Schulten for 2. It's a deuce. All right. Mounties ball. Regulation time stats just in. Littleton at 27 points so far for the Tommies. McCarthy has 19. Monroe with it. Deverex. Deverex comes up with it. Long one is no. A rebound to Littleton. And here's McCarthy. It'll come round. 10 line. This is Littleton. Littleton to McCarthy. McCarthy in under to Valan. Valan to Schulten. Schulten to McCarthy. We burned a minute. There's a long one, and no, won't go. And here is Norris. Norris down the left side. Norris driving. Norris will go to the line for 2. Valane. Push. His 3rd, team 5th. Bonus in effect. Norris to the line. No, won't drop. Norris drops the second. 1 point the margin here. Going to be inbounded by Valan. Valan to Scholten. Scholten guarded by Monroe. And here's McCarthy. McCarthy with it. McCarthy looking. McCarthy in under. Gets it to Valan. Valan driving. Valan to Littleton. No, won't go. Littleton with it. McCarthy. McCarthy to Scholten. Valan. Yes, it's a tray. 4 points the margin now. And this is Hector. Tector, my apologies. Back to Tector. Looking. Tector with it. Tector driving. Tector pivots. Turns. Here's Devereaux. Devereaux up. Devereaux no. Okay.
Foul Thomas from the three, Benjamin Middleton. That's his fourth. Down the line, come down with
All right. That was the fourth foul for number 3. Deverex at the line. Mounties trail by 4. Trail by 3. Monroe. .302 in the left in this OT frame. Ferguson. Deverex, no, won't go. Rebound, Valan. Foul. Monroe fouled. Valan will go to the line. Bonus in effect both ways. Across the regulation time, Littleton had 27 points, McCarthy 19, and for the Mounties, Monroe and Ferguson both had 16. Deverex had 13. Missed one. And sinks the other. Gap is 4. Tector with it. Won't go. Rebound to McCarthy. Here is Littleton. Littleton to Valan. McCarthy with it. 2:27 to go. McCarthy driving. McCarthy with it. McCarthy up. McCarthy no. Ferguson to Monroe. Monroe down the left side. Crosses the center line. 2:11 and counting. Tector with it. Tector looking. Tector to Monroe and no. Won't go. Rebound to Littleton. Littleton coming down, taking his time. 1:56 and counting. Littleton is there. Littleton no. Foul on the play. Two, 4. His third. Littleton will go. Lance comes in. Tumwine comes in. Tumwine comes in. Littleton drops 1. Tommy's up by 5. 1:52 to go. What a game. Littleton takes them both. Margin is 6. Here comes Monroe. Monroe driving, Monroe looking, Monroe in, Monroe up, Monroe. McCarthy is there. Ferguson, no. Ferguson, 2 shots. Nine white, That's Valan takes the foul, his fourth. Bonus in effect. Ferguson at the line. No. Won't drop. Mounties trail by 6. Five now. 5. They trail by 5. 83-78. 137 to go. All right. Mrs. Ferguson graciously received your compliments. Thank you, ma'am. And here come the Tommies once again. They lead it by 5. No. Rebound comes McCarthy. McCarthy to Littleton. Littleton around to Scholten. Scholten driving. Scholten up. Scholten fouled. 6. Monroe. Scholten to the line. .83, his percentage coming in. Yeah. 6 the spread now. 109 left. 7 the spread now. Mounties. Tector. 105 on the big clock. McCarthy with it. McCarthy. Deberex. McCarthy holding it down. Scholten is there. McCarthy. McCarthy. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Littleton. Littleton. Valan. The deuce. 9 points to spread. Timeout. Timeout, Mounties. They trail by 9. What a game this was. A tribute to, I guess, the growth. Mounties have had a long, tough year. Growing the younger team, and this looked like a quality send-off for towards the end of their regular season. They do have additional games to play, but this one was a tremendous effort, incredibly entertaining, and take nothing away from the Tommies, a quality club there. Let's take a look. Updates. Yeah, we got a final in Holland College. Took the win over UKC Blue Devils 105-72. 105-72. Consolidating their hold on second. MSVU continues undefeated, now 17-0. The number 2 in the country without that win. And Mounties have 35 seconds. Shot, no. Rebound to, here is McCarthy. McCarthy will burn some time. Whistled. Two-4 takes the foul, his fourth. McCarthy to the line, 23 seconds left on the big clock. McCarthy to shoot once again. In it goes. $10 points to spread. Gets them both. 11 points to spread. Monroe. Monroe, won't drop. Rebound. Looks like they'll walk it out. Scholten is not in too much of a hurry. We're going to let it wind down. 2-1, and this one's done. 89-78. Let's see, that is 34-23, so lots of scoring in that fourth quarter. A tremendous game, and thank you so much for being with us. We certainly appreciate your support in our chat room and through the season. There will be some, I think next weekend we do have Mount St. Vincent on the premises, I do believe. So this won't be our last call, but thank you so much for joining us in the men's game here this afternoon. The final score, St. Thomas Tommies 89, the Mount Allison Mounties 78. And I dare say one of the Mounties' best games of the season, and we were here to share it with you. I'm Steve Ridlington for Jackson Reed, our camera guy, for Ian Allen, our technical producer, helped get us set up this afternoon. For the Mounties TV crew, thank you so much for your support. And wherever you are, thanks for being with us. And we look forward to seeing you again next time. Just before we leave, thank you for your help. Just before we leave, I just got handed the final game stats. Littleton had 29 points. McCarthy had 21. Ferguson had 17 for the Mounties, 16 for Jonas Monroe. Great effort by individual players. A great game. Across the game, field goal percentage for the Tommies, 37.8, 33.7 for the Mounties. Three-point percentage, 33 for the Tommies, 20.5 for the Mounties. Free throw percentage for the Tommies, 79.2 and 70% for the Mounties. Final score once again, St. Thomas Tommies 89, the Mount Allison Mounties 78. From McCormick Gym at Mount Allison University, for all of us at Mounties TV, I'm Steve Ridlington. Thank you for being with us on ACAA TV, powered by Sports Canada TV. We will see you next time. So long for now.